My name is Jim Hoyer. I've chaired the Parks and Rec Committee for over 10 years now. I spent a lot of time with Rich on Parks and Rec, and a lot of good times. I didn't know Rich personally, out of work, I should say, but as you can see tonight, the showing that's come here tonight to honor Rich in this situation is just amazing to me. His dedication to the city and the things that he contributed are gonna go on and live in his legacy. I don't want to talk too much. I'm going to introduce Matt Scott, Parks and Rec Director, and then the mayor's going to speak a little bit, and then Tommy wanted to say a few things too. So I'll pass it on to here.
I too want to thank everyone for coming tonight, especially the Sorom family, Kathy, Jenny, Andy, and kids and spouses. I'm just going to go over a brief history of how we got here tonight. It all started with Mary Ann Baumgarten, believe it or not. Mary Ann brought the idea to the committee. It was voted on by the Parks and Recreation Committee and unanimously approved by the City Council. Why did we make the change? It was very simple. I mean, Rich was one of a kind. I've been here 23 years, and he's been here every step of the way with me on the committee. So I also worked for Rich years ago. I'm probably using that word pretty loosely, but I collected a paycheck. Anyway, over the years, Rich's participation on the committee, one thing was apparent. Rich's main concern was always about the community and about the citizens. Every decision he made, his first question was, how is this going to benefit the citizens? Is this going to be good for the kids or good for the people in the program? Rich was always very supportive of all the programs, all the projects within the city, and if you look throughout the city, you'll see his footprint and fingerprint on every project and program we've had here for the last 30 years. He was instrumental in approving a lot of it and improving it. He was always vocal at meetings, asking questions. Rich was a great committee member, and he'll be very much missed. One of Rich's strongest attributes as a committee member is he understood the importance of the Parks and Recreation in the city of Reedsburg. He didn't take his task lightly as being a committee member, and he always took it seriously, and that's what made him such a great committee member. Lastly, it's pretty obvious why we picked this park. 2 blocks down, Rich lived for years. He was part of this neighborhood for years, cared very much about it, so it only made sense that we renamed this park Sorom Park. Now, this is the first time since I've been here, and I believe ever, that we've ever renamed a park. So this is a first for the city of Reedsburg, and much deserved. So at this time, I'm going to introduce the mayor. He'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, what a great day to honor Rich. I was thinking as I drove over from City Hall a little while ago about when I first got to know Rich. I knew Rich when I was a kid. I knew him from wrestling and being a part of the community, because he was definitely a major part of the community as I was growing up. But as a young freshman alderman in 2006, I was on the Parks and Rec Committee and got to know Rich really good when it came to his passion for the Parks and Recreation of the city of Reedsburg. And as Matt said, pretty much every program we have, every park that we have, Rich definitely had a big part to do with the way things are now in regards to park and recreation. The word that came to my mind as I thought about it, champion. Rich was a champion in life, a champion for the city, a champion for our parks and recreation, just a champion in general. From business to personal to family, just a champion. So he definitely will be missed, as Matt said. First time for this to happen, and no more fitting person to have this happen than for Rich Sorom. So without getting teary-eyed, these type of things make me do this. Tommy, I'm going to hand you the mic.
Well, thank you very much. And we'd like all the Sorom grandchildren, and Jenny, and Steve, Andy, and all of them to come up here, because I'm sure, and Kathy, please, get around here. And Matt's going to give you the actual unwrap. And also, how about anybody that worked for Rich? Russell, Leonard, did you work for Leonard? Leonard, did you work for Rich? Oh, okay. Farber, Todd, anybody else that we missed that worked for Rich? You know, this is a true ideal place to have this park. Because when we moved to Reedsburg 40-some years ago, 50 years ago almost, we used to live on North Willow, and we always came down here because this is where the ice rink was. And I always remember our park, and Todd can attest to this also, that he came down here and did some skating, and I think that's where he met his first love of his life or whatever it was. But all the other guys, I'm sure, have stories. So at this time, we would like the Sorom family, along with Andy, get over there. I think the one thing that Rich would say right now, ain't no big deal, but I'm still, right? Is that what Grandpa would say? Ain't no big deal, but he loved kids. Come and join the family in the back of the, come on, Leonard. Come on, Russell. Right, you got any paintbrushes in your truck?
Oh, heck yes.
Oh, come on. Yeah, Matt, you get in there. Anybody else was a painter? Oh, another good friend of his. I think we should have Johnny come up here. Come on, Johnny.
Myron?
Yeah, you were his coffee buddy every morning for many, many years. So these, and if you, as they said, you drive by any home in Reedsburg or Hillsborough or Laval, he knew everybody out at Dutch Hollow Lake. He knew everybody at Lake Redstone. He knew everybody down at Lake Wisconsin. He was just a true champion. And these are the people that should be congratulated and thanked for letting Rich be with us for the 50-plus years that he was with us. Thank you.